Wendy Bridges is suing Carly Hennis in the amount of $3,816. Ms. Bridges claims Ms. Hennis is responsible for her medical bills. Ms. Hennis claims the plaintiff is responsible for her own bills.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Thomas. Let's talk about your injuries.
About 6 months ago,
Yes.
My roommate and I moved in together, and ever since then, she's been a complete nightmare. Like, it's obvious that we have different ways of being raised, you know, because I try really hard to be respectful.
That happens all the time. People are nightmares. They don't know who they're living with. The situation here is involving something specific to
Right.
something that you could not have foreseen.
And basically, I mean, I was just using that as a way to lead up to the fact that have been really frustrated with this relationship. And,
This,
so basically,
and this incident didn't help it.
no,
Was this the
not
final
at all.
straw?
This was basically the final straw.
All right.
So basically, a few months ago, she brought home a dog, and in
Right.
our lease, it specifically says that we are not allowed to have dogs.
Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
All right. So if the lease says no dogs, why do you have a dog?
Because I found it on the street and I thought it needed a home.
The lease says no dogs.
Right, but she actually has a boyfriend who brings his dog over all the time, and that's never been a problem.
Did the lease say you can't have a dog unless she brings home a dog from her boyfriend?
No, but the fact
The
that there
lease
is
says
a dog.
no dog, correct?
Correct.
So the issue that we're dealing with today is not any other dog other than the dog that you're not supposed to have, correct?
Yeah.
What's the deal with the dog?
So basically, she brought this dog home, this Yippie Chihuahua, and it was wild all over the place.
Dog's
and so I
name?
told her,
Xena.
Xena, as in Xena Warrior?
Yes.
All right.
and so,
And you said it's a Chihuahua?
yes.
All right.
And so,
Does your boyfriend bring a dog over to your house?
every once in a while, and it didn't start until we had this one,
Is that
so
yes?
that they would, yes.
Okay, that's all I need to know. So there's an issue of dogs being in the house.
Yes.
Okay, you know that the dog is not allowed per the lease that says no dogs, correct?
Yes.
All right, and so you're okay with violating the law as well.
Except it was only a couple of times.
That doesn't change what I just said.
Yes.
So you're okay with violating the terms and conditions of the contract you signed. You're okay with violation of the terms and conditions.
Yes. The main,
They cross each other out.
the issue is that the dog was living on the property,
Yes.
and it's one of those things
You
where
mean
it's like,
as in full time, like Xena, that was her home?
yes, because I told
Versus
her
the dog that your boyfriend had being one that came and went.
it wasn't even, it was a few times, but yes.
Okay.
But the dog,
Did Xena live at the house?
Yes, but it was only going to be temporary.
Coming up on America.
And that's the issue. She was living at the house, and then you had the situation with her.
yes.
And the situation,
So the situation is that when I came home one day to take a shower,
Yes.
I stepped out and I slipped on the floor, and I was trying to figure out, and I hurt my back, and I was trying to figure out why I slipped.
Yes.
And so I started smelling something, so I'm looking around, don't see anything in the toilet, don't see anything on the shower, and I look down at my legs, and there's dog duty, like all up my leg.
okay, that's just nasty. That's nasty. And you're not disputing that Xena did her business in the house,
No, it did happen.
and you suffered an injury as a result.
Yes,
All right, you have proof of your injuries?
I do.
Is this what you provided me?
Yes, that is the bill for the chiropractor that I ended up having to see.
You had to have electronic nerve stimulation.
Yes.
And any particular reason why you feel you should not have to pay this?
I don't understand why the door was open to the shower for the dog to even be able to go in there and do what it did.
I don't understand why it would be okay to have dog poop and someone falls on it and you don't immediately go, oh, that's horrible. Well, it is my dog.
In fact, she laughed at me when I told her the story.
Is that true?
I laughed at her the way that she told it to me. She kept calling it duty. It was funny.
And even then,
I'm not laughing that she got injured.
I don't get the
totally
joke.
understand that.
It's exactly. I
It
don't
was
see
just
why
the
it's not a joke when
was
it's an
sort of
injury
funny, so I
anyway.
giggled. It wasn't because you got injured.
Except you're completely disrespectful about tons of things like this, and that's exactly my point. Is that the dog shouldn't have even been there. I told you 2 weeks, and the dog had been there longer than 2 weeks.
Is that true?
Yes.
I don't understand why you don't feel there's some sort of liability or
I don't
duty on
think-
your part to put her in the position that she was in prior to the slip. If she told you, I don't want the dog here, why is the dog here? we can't have the dog, you're putting me in the position of also being in breach if the tenant wants to say, well, you are both responsible and you keep the dog anyway.
I was trying to find the dog a nice home, and I thought it was only going to be there for a couple of weeks, but it took me longer to find somebody to take it in.
Judge Ross.
Anything else?
Just the fact.
Anything else?
I mean,
Anything else?
not really.
Good answer. Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel must come down in favor of the plaintiff. You are responsible. You don't get to pick and choose where she goes. And it's like, well, you could have gone someplace cheaper. Yeah, and you could have not had the dog. You wanted to keep the dog. You knew there were going to be consequences. Did you know the consequences were going to be $3,816? Probably not. But guess what? That's what you're paying. That is the order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $3,816.